Hi, I'm Bryan.
I'm Stacey.
And this is our review of
Weapons. Oh, wait, no. Weapons.
Weapons.
We're doing the thing that the kids are doing in the trailer. It's not a spoiler.
No, we're just trying to seem young.
Weapons!
Weapons! We are reviewing Weapons, which is a horror movie and a little bit of a comedy.
Psychological thriller? I don't know. It's a little genre bendy.
It is.
And we like that about it.
We did. Weapons is by the same writer and director of Barbarian, which is another movie we really liked.
And we know this guy.
Yes.
A little bit. He doesn't remember us.
He's not going to remember us. But I did open for The Whitest Kid You Know a few times, which he was a part of.
Yeah.
And so we've met him, we've talked, been on the road with him, but I'm sure he does not remember us.
We also really were big fans of Whitest Kids You Know when we started courting.
Yeah, that was a thing we put on the TV while we made out.
Yeah. So thank you for all of that and for this.
He's got a special relationship with this guy
He doesn't
he's not
know.
aware of.
Just to quickly summarize the plot without giving too much away.
Yeah.
This movie is set in a very small town. We learn right away and from the trailer that several students from one classroom have disappeared in the middle of the night.
They all got up,
and left their houses.
running like that anime character whose name I forget.
Insert somewhere.
Just like running out in the middle of the night. And it's creepy.
No one knows where they've gone. The cops don't know. There's a lot of suspicion on the new teacher just because she's a common denominator to all these people. And the movie is about trying to figure out where these kids could have gone and what could have happened to them.
And adding to the mystery, there's one student who didn't go, and he's all like, I don't know what happened, I couldn't tell you. So there's a lot of confusion, a lot of mystery, and the movie unwraps all that.
Yeah.
Couple quick notes up top. The movie does say early on that, like, this is a true story. It's not. That's all plot. It's not a true story.
Yeah.
I was a little like, wait, what? And I Googled it. I'm saving you a Google. It's not a true story.
Oh, I didn't Google it. I thought the little girl was just like, this is a thing that happened to me, and it's fake.
You Googled murder?
What do we like about this movie, Bryan?
A lot. I feel like this movie was pretty good.
Yeah, spoilers, we liked more than we didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I really liked was just the atmosphere, the art direction. It's set in a very small town, and I didn't look up where they filmed. I could have, but it feels like they did it in like a small town.
You don't Google shit.
No, we aren't sponsored by them yet.
Come on, Google.
Doesn't Google like own YouTube?
Come on, Google. Sponsor us.
Google.
For example, at some point they go to a dive bar, and I was like, I've been here. We're from Wisconsin. I'm specifically from a very small town in Wisconsin, so I was like, this is a place I know.
That's not specific.
I'm not gonna say the town. Don't Google me.
Google.
We don't have rights to
I'm
Google.
gonna save you a Google. It's a small town in Wisconsin.
There's another scene where she's like in a, I don't remember what the building is, but like a back room, and the room she's in is just like dirty, and the door is worn. I was like, I understand this place. I feel it. I've been there. It felt very real. And I bought this small town. It was very easy to immerse yourself into this world.
Mm-hmm. The movie's great with tension, especially with its camera work. There's a few scenes that sort of do this trick where someone's like looking at something in a room and they're scanning the room from right to left. And so you know something's not going to be good on the left.
Yeah,
and it's going to come into frame.
They're seeing something, but we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And also, there's a lot of times where the camera like follows behind a character. So we're almost like video game seeing from their perspective. Even though we're behind them, we're like seeing as much through their perspective as we can without like putting the camera inside their eyes, which I thought lent itself well to feeling as scared as they were in the moment.
Yeah.
Or as cautious.
The movie is also very genre bendery, like Barbarian, which we liked a lot. It's not a horror comedy like Hard Eyes or
Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods. It's not one of those movies, but it is scary, but it also has some like kind of funny moments.
Yeah.
That are like kind of weirdly funny. I don't know how to describe it other than like, you're almost like, should I be laughing at this moment? And I felt that way in Barbarian as well. But it'll go from this movie, you're kind of laughing at like a weird scene, but then like a couple seconds later, you're like, okay, but now it's like terrifying.
And it's not just like characters are saying jokes.
Right.
It's like we're in the thick of the things, and the way that they do some of the action or whatever, it just happens to be really funny.
And it goes from funny to, I'm not laughing anymore. I want this to be done. And I liked that a lot.
Is this movie too scary for you? You're asking yourself. I would say if you don't like jump scares, maybe.
It does have some jump scares.
It's a jumpy one. It's not too gross of a movie. There's a few gross moments.
Yes.
But I would say this is more on the spooky, what's going to pop out at me side of
Right.
the horror spectrum than the body horror, gore side of the horror spectrum.
It's a bit of a horror / mystery. It's like just a little bit of comedy.
funny.
Just a little bit.
It's like a bit of a small town murder mystery, which I liked. True crime, but it's not true.
Untrue crime.
But it has that vibe of like local people trying to figure out what the deal is.
And this movie really plays out like a mystery and gives you bits of information, but doesn't show you the whole picture until you get to the end, which is
Yes.
very satisfying. And while you're watching it, you're like, what does that mean? Why is that like that? And then like you get more and more. And also your perspective on events and characters change as you see and get more information on things. And you're like, oh.
Yes, it definitely had a narrative structure that I wasn't necessarily expecting from the trailer. And I found myself wondering, do I like this? I think I did. I think it was good for getting the story out in an interesting way, but it was a little jarring at times.
Yes.
I'll just say that.
Yeah, I agree. I liked that the plot was unique. Again, like Barbarian, his previous movie, the plot isn't something that you tend to see in other movies. It's a horror movie, and there are some things that you're like, okay, well, this is a classic horror movie thing. But it's different enough that you're like, that's a unique take on that. And also, like Barbarian, it really, really plays with your expectations. Because, as we said, you get more perspective on things later in the movie, it really kind of taints how you feel about characters or interpret characters' actions. And you're like, oh, I was expecting this, and then we went this way with it, which was also pretty great.
The pacing was really interesting as well. Like, I found myself being like, what is happening? This is like not how movies like this work normally. And like when things were revealed is maybe not when things are always revealed in horror movies. But ultimately, I think it was fun to play with your expectations. And even specifically the jump scares, I think did a really good job of like, sometimes it wouldn't happen. Or sometimes it would happen a little later or differently than you thought it would. Oh, also, we kind of talked about this with the movie together, but I really like when like the justification or like the reasoning for like the weirdness is like solid and believable. And in this, there was one. It wasn't like vague, like it made sense what was happening.
But it also wasn't like spoon-fed to you.
No.
The last few bits of praise I want to throw at this movie are about the symbolism that it has and the fact that it really gets you talking. I love horror movies that get you to like discuss and ponder and like throw out ideas afterwards. And this movie definitely does that. Because it is clear that this movie isn't really about what it's about. It's clearly talking about something else.
Or are there many different things?
Sure. I would say it's connected to trauma. That's as specific as I will be, which is more specific than where Stacey lives. But it's connected to trauma. And I like the things it makes you think about afterwards.
But it also didn't make it like super obvious at all.
Well, except for one moment.
Yes. But other than that, I was like, I feel like it's about this, but I had to like think about exactly how.
Yeah. Finally, as far as things that we liked about this movie or that worked for us, I think the acting was very good in this movie. There were some children that acted in it. I thought they did a good job.
Yeah.
Specifically, one child did a lot of acting. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, for sure.
Now let's talk about a couple things that maybe didn't work for us that we didn't love. There's a moment that happens that sort of seems like it doesn't fit the movie, or you feel like, oh, that must be something that we're going to see later, and we don't. And it's clear to us after having watched it and thought about the movie and actually read, maybe what the director was thinking about when he directed and wrote this. It seems a little on the nose, a little bit like, hey, in case you didn't know, the movie's about this thing. And it's like, oh, I don't think you needed that, man.
Yeah, there was a clue, but then we didn't really go back to that clue.
Right.
But it was there. Also, one small criticism, as we already kind of talked about, the structure was very cool, but because of how it is, I don't want to spoil that for you, it felt a little like, but what about the... So if you don't like that feeling that I just described in great detail...
You know how, like, there'll be a cliffhanger at the end of Game of Thrones, and you're like, oh, I can't wait till next week. Imagine that several times in the movie.
Isn't it frustrating?
But then you get to watch the next episode
right away.
But they might not...
starts over talking to Daenerys. It's like, are we getting back to Sansa?
But you still get entertained. and you soon forget about Sansa.
Sansa Stark?
One other small nit I had for this movie was there was some character storylines that were entertaining to watch. But I don't know that ultimately we needed them for what we ended up getting as a full movie.
I know what you're talking about. I feel like they informed a little bit, but like ultimately weren't super satisfying. Yeah.
Right. They kind of informed us more about the world and maybe some characters, but ultimately, did we need those I don't think so. It didn't ruin the movie, but maybe the movie could have been a little tighter if it
It's
didn't
a
have
little
it.
over 2 hours,
Yeah.
so considering it's on the long side, maybe tightening wouldn't have hurt terribly. It didn't feel too long.
No,
Should you see this movie in theaters, you're asking? I think so.
I think so.
If you're a scaredy cat, maybe not. But if you're looking for a good horror movie, it's fun to see with people. I would say there was almost more going on audibly during this one than during Together.
Hard to
as far
say.
as like people reacting.
But I think that's good because, like I said, there'll be moments where you're like, "This is kind of absurd. Should I be laughing at this?" If you're at a theater, like, "Okay, I should be. It's okay. I'm not insane."
You and I, we jump, we get scared.
Yeah.
But some people are like, oh my God, oh. They get real Mickey Mouse.
Oh no!
Goofy? Who was I just now?
That was, I think we were all of them.
Oh boy. But it was fun to hear those sounds.
Always is.
Because it's like,
Woo, 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 woo.
they're enjoying it in a different way than we are.
They're having sex and they're animated. Whoa. So we do recommend this movie. I think it's fun. I say go to the theaters. I would say too, like, don't read about it.
Yeah, don't. Because we really, really tried to avoid. We knew it was doing well. We knew that the critics liked it.
Yeah.
But we'd only seen whatever trailers were put out. We tried not to find out too much.
I would say if you see the trailer, that's fine. The trailers, I think, are pretty well put together and it doesn't give too much away.
Yeah. They give enough away about the plot, basically what we summarized in the beginning of this, but don't explain to you much beyond that at all.
I would say go with a group of friends and then afterwards talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on in this theater? Yeah, do it. New York theaters.
Did you see this movie? Did you like it? Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on it, and if you would like us to review any other movies coming up.
We'll do some longer reviews of older movies where we go through the plot, maybe poke a little fun.
Yes.
But for new movies, we'll do short ones like this. But let us know what you thought of this movie and what you thought about the themes and what it was maybe all about.
Yeah. What did we miss? Probably a lot.
Probably a lot. Bye.
Bye. Longer reviews of
Of her stroke.
not good. Don't recommend.
Pacing is weird.